homies for life, despite being on opposite sides of the fence. Look, I'm not gonna be here sucking balls about Arsenal. What's happening at the moment? We can all see it. Yeah. The truth of the matter is, the reason why I said luck is because your performances haven't been lucky, but when you have the rub of the green, everything just seems to be going your way. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that all Arsenal fans, you can say it, the way that you're playing. Bro, right now, it's going so good for Arsenal that I could start in midfield and do a job.
Yeah, but can you also say though, Dej, that you make your own look? Do you know what I mean? In the way that we're playing, we're making our own look. So yeah,
it's weird because before the season started, I was one of the millions of people who watched the All or Nothing documentary. And then watching that documentary, I felt really quite sympathetic towards Arteta. I even, as a Spurs fan, I grew to love him. And guess what? From that All or Nothing into this season, you might as well have done a second one at Highbury, because it's almost like a continuation of a bloody Netflix series, Last Chance You. The truth of the matter is you are making your own luck. You're playing brilliant football. I disagree with Northside. I don't think you need any players. I think you should just keep the faith and stick with these ones. Bear in mind, though, by the way, that I was one of the only people who's been calling for Nketiah to get a little starting run in the team. Some people thought I was mocking it, but actually I was saying he's there, he's on 150 grand a week, let's play him. And he delivered the goods. So before anyone starts trying to knock me about Nketiah, I've been putting him forward for weeks before you guys even thought you would even want to see him in your starting 11. The other thing is this. I truly believe that you guys have picked up the magic dust from Leicester City. I kid you not. I was waiting for the wheels to fall off with Leicester. Guess what? The wheels didn't fall off. I said it about 3 or 4 weeks back before the World Cup started. I said, look, I don't know what's going on here, but it don't look like the wheels are falling off for Arsenal. And lo and behold, in the first half, I thought West Ham did a great job. I thought, okay, maybe West Ham are going to do something. Second half, you turned it over. And I said, you know what? Here it is. So when I make the claim that I think Arsenal's going to win the league, that's not because I like Arsenal. That's not because I want you to win. But I'm seeing all the hallmarks of the Leicester City title winning side. And I see that in your team. Because that team wasn't great and they did a great job. Your team is not great. But they're doing a great job.
And this is why I call you the B-Tech Stormzy, because Stormzy, he wanted to chuck it with Wiley, but when it was with Chip, he didn't want to chuck it with him. You know what I mean? He didn't want to get in a clash. This comment says exactly everything I was going to say. Dave says he bigs up Eddie with a nickname. Keep that man's name at your mouth.
Yo, but bro, you can't.
Let me just no. Yeah, because you be saying Nketiah, and every time I told you when we bought Jesus, you said we need to get another striker. So right now you're trying to come out with this whole, I was behind Eddie and all this kind of crap. You were cussing him when I was cussing him. So let's not change the narrative. Let's keep it real. Yeah, you know we ain't winning no league if we just have to count on Eddie Nketiah. Gabriel Jesus has been told that he might be out 3 to 4 months. Yeah, he might be out for the whole season. We don't know. And even when he comes back from a big injury. He needs to still get his fitness up, etc., etc. He's not going to be just firing at all cylinders straight away. We need to get another striker, which is why I said I'm reserving a lot of judgment until the January transfer window is closed. Let's keep it real. Against West Ham, we were controlling the game perfectly. For me, Declan Rice, I'm seeing him being touted to Chelsea for 80 to 100 mil. Bruv, stay away. This guy, I've seen him for England. I've seen him for West Ham. When he doesn't like picking up the ball from deep. He's not really a playmaker. He doesn't start the counter-attack. The guy just doesn't want to be involved in any gameplay in the final third. And when you look at...
Yo, come on, bro.
Nah, bro, this guy's overrated, bro. I'm going to say it as it is.
No, it's not his fault. Yo, bro, listen.
Hold on. You can have your say. Let me finish my say. This guy is overrated. It's not because of this game. I've been watching him as well for England. I've been watching him before, and I was thinking, I don't understand this price tag. I'm not saying he's trash, but he's not 18 million pounds worth of CDM. I'm telling you right now, he ain't. I'll tell you why. He doesn't control the midfield enough. He doesn't offer any much in the transition. For me, I don't think he's all that. I think he's overrated, bro. A lot of times he gets the ball, he doesn't do much with it. I'm not expecting him to do what Odegaard does, but at least spark a transition. He doesn't do that enough for me, in my opinion. for what I like of a CDM. I don't think he's as effective, and I don't think he's worth that. 50 to 40 mil, yeah. 80 mil to 100 mil, nah, bro. Football's going crazy. He ain't that great. And in my opinion, for me, I've been cussing Odegaard, I've been cussing Ben White, and they have been playing the way I want them to play. Odegaard, a lot of times I was getting onto him last season because he's playing backwards, sideways. He was involved with everything good in the West Ham game, and he's been playing very, very well. That's what I want to see to him.
I told you, listen.
I wanted his numbers up, and I wanted him to actually drive at opponents. One reason I preferred ESR, hold on. One reason I preferred ESR over Odegaard is because ESR would drive at defenders. He would create problems. He would actually make things happen in the final third. Odegaard, a lot of times, if you put 2 backs of 4, he'll play backwards, sideways. This season, he's not done that. Ben White, he isn't good enough for me as a centre-back, but as a right-back, I think we've discovered the best position for him. The same as Granit Xhaka. Praise again for Granit Xhaka. If you play him the way you play Partey, shocking. Play him the way we're playing him now, he's more effective in the final third. For me, I don't understand why it's taken so long to realise that he plays like that. I get Arteta didn't buy him. I just don't understand that the Arsenal coaches didn't see that Granit Xhaka is more effective in the final third than next to our centre-backs. The rest of them goes about saying, Eddie Nketiah took his goal like a prime number 9. But at the end of the day, Deji's laughing because he knows this guy will not deliver to the end of the season.
He took his goal like a prime Thierry Henry.
He did. But how many times is he going to do that? And prior to that goal, how many opportunities did he have that he stuffed? How many times did he receive the ball and he didn't even control the ball? And this is the thing. Against proper good teams, West Ham, this is not the West Ham from last season. Against proper teams, they're not going to allow Eddie Nketiah in the second half to get all these opportunities to then bury it. A lot of times, against better opposition, he ain't going to get those chances. For me, he's not clinical enough. For me, he's not consistent enough. And he wasn't consistent throughout the 90 minutes against West Ham.
Yeah, but Andrew,
you watched the game, he wasn't. He took his goal well, but he
was, bro. He had a good game, man. He had a good game. Don't be biased, man.
He didn't, bro. Odegaard had a great game.
No, Eddie Nketiah was one of our best players.
Jenny and Saliba, for me.
But the reason is, a lot of fans don't know. The reason being is, he's not, listen, you're all forgetting, all right? You're all forgetting that this kid, all right, he's a kid, all right? Now he's scored his goal, okay? He performed well against West Ham. He scored a goal. Now I hope he scores against Brighton because it doesn't matter what we say. If he's putting the ball in our net, that's what you want him to do because now it doesn't matter. Jesus is out. If he puts, Jesus is out, so if he's putting the ball in net, I want him to keep scoring because coming into them big games, momentum's going to be with him. So if he has them chances, he's putting the ball in the net. Eddie Nketiah hasn't been scoring goals because he's been coming on for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That was his first 90-minute start, and he played well, and he put the ball in the net. He's done his job.
I mean, I just wanted to say that as support for Nketiah, and I know some people are drawing me out in the chat saying, "How can you draw it?" But I hope he starts. Just so you hear it here first. I hope he starts against Spurs.
Can I just say, right? I heard you there say he's a kid. Deji, how old was Harry Kane when he first started getting regular football for Tottenham?
I think he was about 21, to be fair. 21, 22.
21.
Yeah.
How old's Eddie Nketiah now? What, 24?
Yeah.
24,
yeah,
24,
you can't tell me this guy's a kid anymore. He's not a fucking kid.
Yeah, but you're seeing that. But
he's in the prime of his career.
But Harry Kane had 90-minute games, bro. That was his first start, and he delivered. What's his job? To
score goals, and he did. He delivered. Exactly. Yeah, he delivered against West Ham.
So now, as a fan,
who had?
You give him a chance in the second.
Right.
You guys didn't really.
But listen to this.
He did his job.
Yeah, he'd done his job this game, but I agree with Northside as well. How consistent is this guy going to be? Because we've seen a lot of inconsistencies from him, right? Yeah, I also look at this. Hang on. I also look at this, right? Does he perform every single time he puts on that Arsenal shirt? The answer is no. And I'll tell you why. Because in the